Hey guys, good day everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I got audio and video from the Elgato HD60 S Plus from the Xbox Series X into my PC and monitor. So let's get started. So one of the first things I want to show you is, let me just move on over here. Let's start off with the connection. Okay, this is your HD60 S Plus on the screen, and you see here where it says the HDMI in. That's the cord, that's the HDMI that's going to go connected from your Xbox Series X to the HD60 S Plus. Right below that, you have the USB-C, which goes connected from the HD60 S Plus game capture card over to your PC. Now, very, very important. When you're connecting the USB-C, on the other end, you're gonna get you have a USB 3.0 outlet that you need to connect it to, and the USB 3.0 PC bus looks something like this. I put up a picture here so you guys understand how to differentiate the 2.0 versus a 3.0. The 3.0, you can, as you can see here on the screen, it's gonna have a blue tongue, and the other USB ports are gonna have either a white, and there's different colors. Okay, but the one that you want to connect it to is the one with the blue tongue. That's how you can tell it's color coded, how you can tell it's a 3.0 bus, so, or port, sorry. So back here, let's go back, and the HDMI output cord goes from your Elgato HD60 S Plus to a monitor, or if you have a TV that you want to connect it to, that's where you would connect this HDMI. It goes from the Elgato over to the second monitor. Now, moving along, what I want to do is bring up your 4K capture utility. As you can see, I already have it up. On the background, you're gonna see that I have my Xbox connected. Okay, it's about to go on sleep mode, but one of the first things you want to do as soon as you connect your your HD60 S Plus is download the software for your 4K utility capture card. And right after, actually, let me just pull it up right now. You go to Elgato downloads. It takes you to the main website, and right here you're going to select the product you have. If you purchase the HD60 S Plus, then you just select this. You scroll down, and if you have a Windows PC, you just hit this downward arrow, and it starts your download. Now, if you're on a Mac operating system, you just select Mac, and it'll bring up the software for your Mac. As you can see here, it tells you what it's compatible with. Okay, but since we're on a PC, we're gonna switch back, and it's called 4K Capture Utility. You go ahead and hit the arrow. It starts downloading, and within a few minutes, depending on how fast your download speed is, should start up. You go through the install motions, you hit next, and make sure you install it into the right disk. Okay, you don't want to overload your disk. Let's move along. Once you have your 4K capture utility software downloaded in your computer, it should bring up a screen like this. Okay, if you've connected it correctly, then it should definitely give you some video. But if it's not giving you a video, then what you want to do is just come up here to the settings in the upper right hand corner. Make sure at the top it says Game Capture HD60 S Plus. That means it's recognizing your device. Down here in the audio input, you want to make sure it's not set to analog. You want to make sure it's connected to the HDMI audio. Okay. You go to picture. I for the most part leave it to the default settings. Recording, okay, I leave it again to the default settings. And your mic, here I have it set up to pick up the audio from the game capture card. A lot of people set it up to pick up your audio from the mic, but if you're gonna be streaming online, allow your OBS Studio or Streamlabs or whatever streaming platform you're gonna be using to pick up your mic. Okay, here you want to make sure it picks up your audio from the actual gameplay. Okay, and I had a lot of difficulties trying to set this up, and I kid you not, I went through almost 5-6 days. I opened up a ticket with Windows. I opened up 2 tickets with Gato customer support. I had to send them a download of my system diagnostics, the operating system performance, so they can diagnose to see if there's anything wrong with my computer. Being that my computer is brand new, I knew it was just something that had to do with the settings. So after playing around and just switching back and forth here and there, finally I came down to the conclusion that this had to be in the game capture and not my HyperX quadcast mic. So please don't make that mistake, or else you're just gonna go frustrated and want to throw the HD60 out the window like I did. Once let me just go ahead and change. Once you make that change, you hit apply, so all the settings that you've already changed on this platform on your settings page apply to your actual 4K utility capture card. You hit OK, and it should bring up some video and audio. As you can see here, I have it muted because I control my gameplay audio through my OBS Studio. Okay, if I unmute it, then there's 2 audios coming out, and it just sounds like a lot of negative feedback coming in through the mic. So right now I have it muted. The next thing I want to show you guys, as far as troubleshooting, trying to get audio, because my issue was simply I can capture the video, okay, to my TV or the computer screen, but I was unable to capture the audio. Okay, and I went through countless YouTube videos. I read maybe like 40 to 50 different forums on how to troubleshoot the audio, and it was a nightmare. It was just terrible. So I'm showing you guys step by step, okay, all of the fix that I went through and all the settings that I adjusted to make sure that I can capture some audio. But then I had to go back and just set them to default because I, noticed that I changed some settings that I shouldn't have changed. So you're gonna open up your audio right here in the lower right hand corner. You're gonna see that speaker. You're gonna right click, go to sounds, okay, click on the sounds, and it should bring up a screen like this. Okay, you want to make sure you click on this recording tab. Make sure you have your Game Capture HD60 S Plus set to default. Okay, you also want to make sure that the microphone is not disabled, because if it is disabled, then OBS won't be able to pick up any audio from the mic. Okay, so what you also want to do is go here, just click on it once. You can click on the properties and make sure that you have this set up as enabled. Use this device. On the listen tab, another thing that I noticed is that this was unchecked. So that's one of the reasons why there was no audio coming from the game capture card. Okay, so if I uncheck and then check, you want to make sure you hit apply. Okay, default playback device levels. This is one of the not muted. Okay, so if it is muted, go ahead and unmute it. Okay, it could be a combination or series of different reasons why there's no audio coming through your game capture card. And trust me, after looking at all the YouTube videos, nobody had the fix. Okay, various videos had one fix, and I went to the next video and it showed me a different fix. This is a compilation of all the fixes that I picked up from all the different videos. So just give this a try. Okay, I'm not saying it's gonna fix your issue, but it definitely fixed my issue, and it seemed to be pretty complex. Okay, so go to your advanced tab. Do not touch any of this. Leave it as default. Go ahead and close it out. Oh, and playback device. Okay, you want to make sure that your playback device is set to wherever your audio is coming through. Okay, so if you're on a PC and you have a gaming PC capture card, or like for example, I have a AMD Radeon gaming PC card, that's where my HDMI is connected to. Okay, so you want to make sure you leave that to set to default. But if you have speakers connected to it, okay, like Realtek speakers or a sound bar or any type of external speakers that are not from the PC, then you may want to select that as your default playback device. Okay, since I don't have any speakers, I have my AMD high definition audio device card set to default. Okay, because whatever I have connected as a speaker, like for instance, right now I have my TV, that is my output device. Okay, that's my playback device. Output, playback, right? So I leave it as AMD HDMI. Okay, you hit apply if you you didn't, if you made any changes. If not, just go ahead and exit out. Next thing you may want to do is right click again, open up your volume mixer, scroll all the way to the right, make sure none of these are set to mute. Okay, if it's mute or muted, go ahead and unmute it. Okay, now 4K capture device, you definitely do not want to have that muted, because then there's no audio coming from your 4K capture utility. Okay, so go ahead and unmute it if it is, and let's go ahead and X out. Let's go ahead and right click again on that speaker, and we're gonna go up to the open sound settings. You see, my issue was I had a gaming PC built for me, so a lot of the settings were set to the gentleman that built the PC for me. He had his own settings on the computer, so I had to go back and make sure that a lot of these device properties were set to the right device. So let's go ahead and X out there, make sure it's not muted. Here you want to make sure it's at 100, or if the volume is too low for you, go ahead and put it to whatever you feel comfortable with. But every time you make a change, it should give you some type of noise. Okay, digital audio as the input. As you can see, I have my HD60 game capture card. 1 second, guys, I just lost my display, so we are going to bring in another camera. 1 second, everybody. Don't you just hate when that happens? Yeah, I have multiple cameras in my studio here, so let's go ahead and all right, we are back. I know you guys don't need to see me, but I want you to. I'm very I want to be on the screen, you know what I mean? All right, so let's go back over here. You go to advanced audio settings and make sure none of these are muted right here. And for the most part, we should be golden at this point. But, okay, one other thing that I want you to try, okay, and I actually have it right here on the screen. And I'm going to paste right below in my this video description of this video the link to this website, okay, because I read this website at least 5-6 times and I didn't try this. Okay, I must have overlooked this right here at least 5-6 times, because I went into the same website 5-6 times and I couldn't find the issue, and it was very frustrating. I even called Elgato and they told me they couldn't find the issue, and they tried at least 6-7 different things to troubleshoot my computer and still couldn't help me. So you're gonna click on the link below on the description. Okay, it's gonna take you to this screen right here. Troubleshooting Windows 10 no audio with Elgato Capture Card HD60 S Plus. Now, very, very important. You're gonna find some like a fix, okay, for the HD60 and the HD60 S. But the HD60 S Plus, okay, it's very tough to find a community forum or some type of YouTube video that leads you to this page right here. So just give this a try. And this was actually what fixed my issue, okay? So you see, I have what is it, 6 USB 3.0 ports on this gaming PC that was built for me, but okay, they were on an outdated, okay, driver. So what this does is it updates the Elgato software to connect to the actual ports that you have. Okay, so what you want to do is, the first step is go right here. As you can see, some reasons may be related to the USB controller that the device is connected to. To find out what controller your Windows 10 system is using, simply type msinfo in the Windows search. So you go to the Windows search, type msinfo. It's going to bring up your system's information. Okay, and as you can see in the screen here, okay, you're going to open up, expand the components tab, and go down to USB. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Go down to USB, click on it. And if you may need to expand this right here, if your USB 3.0 extensible host controller is running on a 1.0 and it says Microsoft, like it says here on the website, then you may want to click on this link right here and update your drivers. Okay, as soon as I did that, 6 days of wasted time went all away. Audio was coming out and I threw a party just because I figured it out. So give this a shot, guys. If it doesn't fix your issue, I'm gonna leave some other links on this video right below that you may want to try, to different websites on different troubleshooting steps that you may want to take. Oh, and actually, while I have you on the video, one last thing that you want to try is pull up your Xbox settings. You go to settings. You have to make sure that your audio, so you go to general, volume and audio output, and here where it says speaker audio, you gotta make sure it's set to stereo uncompressed. Okay, unless you have like a Dolby Digital audio system that your TV is connected to. I don't, so make sure it's set to stereo uncompressed. I had this set up to something else, I think Bitstream Out, and it wasn't given the audio. Okay, remember, just to give you a visual, okay, Xbox and the Elgato compresses the audio and then it shoots it out through your computer, PC, okay? And that's how they're able to transfer the audio from your Xbox through the game capture card, the Elgato capture card, into your PC or whatever other device that you're going to be using. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope this fixes your issue. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this video. And I'll be putting out some more cool how-to videos on how to troubleshoot. Like, for instance, I had the Mac. But yeah, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, till later.